Welcome back to Bayonna's RC World, and today is part 5 of the Top Flite Cessna 182 build series. So today in part 5, we're going to basically take the 3 parts that we assembled in the last 2 videos, which is the right, left, and center section of the wing panel. And we're going to put them all together, build up this wing until its completion. Now, don't know if it's actually going to be all done within part 5, but anyhow, sit back, relax, enjoy the video. Like and subscribe to the channel, and if you are subscribed to the channel, I really appreciate you. All right, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. Let's get building. Alright, so for the start off of this build here in part 5, it starts off with assembling your polyhedral braces, your left and right. Okay, so this is the polyhedral brace, and this will go into the center section of the assembly of the wing, and then connecting your outer wing panels. Alright, so the next thing we did was glued on the little jig to the W2 rib. Alright, and that right there will be the proper height for the dihedral. And then cutting out your openings on each wing panel and also on the center section, like that. Alright, so from here we will insert the polyhedral braces into each portion of the panels and basically epoxy it with 30-minute epoxy. Alrighty, so I came up with a little issue, and to get started with combining the left, right, and center sections together, utilizing the wing jig and making sure that all points of contact is actually touching the surface, my original build table was too short, so I had to take off a door. Alright, well, this door is broke anyways, but it was still being used. But we're gonna use this anyways. The door is straight. I put a straight edge over there. The door is all straight and everything, so we're good. It's just enough for me to get this thing glued up and return the door. I have to stop by Home Depot or something like that, but since we're on lockdown, all the stores are closed, so we can't really go out and purchase stuff like that. So I just got to do what I got to do. Alright, continue on with the build. Alrighty, so we got the all three panels all epoxied in together. 30-minute epoxy. Alright, so we got the center section right there. We got your left and right wing. Once this is all done and dried, next step from here is we got these 1/16 ply spar doublers. Alright, that's for the right wing. This is for the left wing. Alright, and so what this is going to do is the location for this is right behind the spar. We're going to saw down into that rib about 1/16 of a gap, about the same thickness as this, all the way down. And then we're just going to epoxy this front and back. So we're going to do it here in the back, right in the front, on the bottom section of the wing, and also on the top. That's the reason why we have 4 on each side. Alright, so this is going to sandwich the main spar just like that, and the other one in there. And that basically will give another area for strength to hold that gap. Alright, to hold the spars together. And that's what that's going to be for. Once we're done with that, guess what's next? Sheeting of the bottom wing. Alright, so after we do that, I'm going to sand everything on the bottom, make sure everything's all nice and straight, and then we're going to start preparing the sheeting so that we can go ahead and start sheeting the center, left, and right wing panel bottom side. Alright, cool. So let this dry up, take a break, and we'll come right back. Alrighty, so I went ahead and I started cutting into the rib right in front and behind the main spar. Alright, just the same thickness as the ply, which is about 1/16 of an inch. Alright, so the reason why we're making that is to place these doublers down in there. Alright, so there's one and there's two. If I could do this with one hand. Alright, so it's going to be just like this. We're just going to epoxy it in there and then clamp it. Alright, and that will really secure that joint. Alright, and then we do that for both sides. Alright, and then we'll flip the wing over and do it for the top side also. Alrighty, so we got the bottom side doublers for the spar all epoxied in there. So now it's just clamped in, and just wait for it to dry so we can flip this wing over and do the same thing for the top side. Alright, once we're done with that, to include the top, then we'll get ready for sheeting. But yeah, we're almost there. Almost there. Alright, so we gave it enough time to dry. Time to go ahead and remove the clamps on this. And we're going to flip the wing over and do the top side of the wing, cutting open the making the slots for that doubler. Alright, so we got that wing. It's one thing about having a small room. Alright. Isn't that pretty? Alright, so from here, I'm just gonna go ahead and remove the well, we'll do that later. We can do that now. Let's go ahead and cut this up. I got my little saw here. The saw has seen better days, but you know what? How many planes has this built? You can't go wrong with these saws. Zona saws and stuff like that. Alright. So I cut going down that way. Then I do another pass this way, just to ensure that I get the both sides going down, just like that. I think that's about right. And then from there, that's where I do this cut. Alright. I'll just go straight back down. And then on the doubler, if you were to put that mark right where the bend is at, right about there, you will notice that you have a long side and a short side. Alright, so the long side will be going towards the wingtip, and the short side is inside the center section of the wing. Alright, so we're just going to measure here, make sure we have enough clearance, and then we'll trim the spar or the doubler. Alright, so I just trimmed it, and then we'll fit it inside. See, I could go down further. Alright, there you go, just like that. Let's go clean up the surrounding areas of the epoxy. Same thing to the opposite side, the back side of this rib, the spar. Alright, go ahead and start this one right here. Alright, I just place this like that, so it gives me the thickness. You know, everything it's not too hard. And just make sure you just cut straight down. All I'm doing is cutting it straight down. Use the same thing to break off that piece that you just cut. Kind of clear the way. Remember, long side towards the wingtip. And there you go, just like that. Goes down just like so. And then we can epoxy this now, just like that. And then we can, after we put the epoxy, we'll just clamp it in place and then move on to this side. Give a little close up here. Alright, we got all that completed. We got the right hand side, left hand side, top and bottom. Now the instruction says you can use 6 minute epoxy for these doublers, but like I said, I really never use 6 minute epoxy. I always just carry 30 minute. Now I just got to go ahead and put back the little wing jig thing, and it's glue it back on there. Kind of broke off when I was sawing that one, but all right, let's get on with the sheeting. All right, so time for preparing our balsa sheeting. Alright, now this is gonna be our wing sheeting for top and bottom. Alright, so the first thing we gotta do is basically go through all the sheeting that comes in the kit, and pretty much this is everything that's in the kit right now. The actual size that we need, which is 1/16 by 3 inch by 36, which are these. All right, and then for the center section of the wing, we have the 1/16 by 3 inch by 21, which are basically these. All right, so what we're gonna do is go through the sheeting and look for the ones that, you know, kind of match in grain and you know, color. You know, if you're anal like that, it can look aesthetically pleasing on the plane when it's all said and done. But if you don't care, hey, go for it. The top sheeting and bottom sheeting for the 1/16 3 inch by 36, it's gonna be 3. You're gonna make 4 sets. So 3 sheetings, 3 of this put together, another 3, another 3, and another 3. 4 sets. Alright, so this is gonna be the outer wing sheeting, the outboard wing sheeting, and I believe it's gonna run all the way to the center section, and then for the center wing or center section itself, we're going to edge glue 4 of these 1/16 by 3 inch by 21 inch sheetings. Right, so we're gonna edge glue 4 of this together, and this will be cut in half. And so 1/2 will be for the bottom, and the other half will be for the top. About 1/16 of an inch all the way down. All right, keeping your X-Acto blade nice and straight, so you're not making a new taper or anything. Just make it 90 degrees and cut it straight. All right, and you do that for both sides. That way, when you edge glue together like this, it's a nice straight seam or edge joint. All right. So I got all the sheeting for the bottom wing glued together. you can see, we got the left side wing, bottom side sheeted. Alright, so it was pretty fun. It's been a while since I sheeted a full wing. Sheeting. So what I got to do here is now I just got to turn this wing over and cut and trim all that off. So we got the flap. There you go. So we got to trim all this off up to the flaps. And so all this wax paper in between the ribs and stuff is because we're going to end up cutting the flap loose from the structure, because I'm going to do a functional flap on this one. So you have the choice, you have the option to use flaps, or if you don't want to use flaps at all, you don't have to cut open the servo well, and you wouldn't have to basically cut the flap itself out. So you could just basically glue everything on there. But it's a Cessna, and you're gonna do it justice by giving it all the works as much as you can. All right, so that's that. All right, wasn't that fun? I enjoyed my time. All right, I hope you did too. I hope it wasn't too drawn out. I hope it wasn't boring for you. Really can't do much about that portion of it. It's a build. All right. Yeah, the main thing is sitting and watching a box of wood. All right, from its original state to an actual framed aircraft. It's just something about it. It's a hobby of mine that I've been doing for over 35 years. So I love it, and the only time this is ever gonna stop is if balsa wood it's just no longer available at all, period, in the world. All right, but with that said, this is the conclusion of part 5 of the Top Flite Cessna 182 wing build. We will continue with part 6. Stay tuned for that. Part 6 coming up shortly. I'm fast tracking, moving quick. It's only less than a week, so I guess it is what it is. All right, so I hope you enjoyed the video. I enjoyed making it. Thank you once again for sticking around, and if you're still here, like I said, I really appreciate you. I'm looking forward to starting on part 6. All right, so take care. Shoo shoo.